All right, this was a wild one. Cincinnati came back in their building, and they get their 10th win of the season. Joe Burrow was tremendous. 30 of 39, 446, 4 touchdowns. That's right, 4 touchdowns. And he might not have been the best offensive player for Cincinnati today. That might have been Jamar Chase. 11 catches, some of them acrobatic, 266, and 3 touchdowns. Wow. Cincinnati gets a field goal at the gun. Very interesting end of the game when you see the highlight. 4th and goal with a minute to go. Cincinnati could have kicked the field goal, took the lead to try to go for it. They don't get it. There's offsetting penalties. It got a little nuts, but eventually, last play, knock it through, and Cincinnati gets a come-from-behind win. Hey, when you have the best game, you have the best guy calling it. Tony Romo was on the call of that game in Cincinnati. The end of the game was pretty nuts. And I thought it was interesting that in this year where we're going for it on 4th down, they go for it when they could have kicked the field goal, take the lead because they didn't want to give Patrick Mahomes the ball back with a minute left. Take me through what you saw at the end of this game.
Well, you're right. You never want to give the ball back. We talked about it a little bit on air to a Mahomes, Brady, somebody who's at that level. And so if you have a chance to win it and you only need a foot, you're going to do that. The problem was it took like 7 tries. It felt like. I mean, there's at least 5 or 6. And just the ability for them to get the pass interference penalties really hurt the Chiefs today. It hurt them at the end, but it also hurt them throughout. But the way to stay the Bengals with their plan, they said, we've got to take our shots downfield. They have great receivers, but this team wants to press and get up on you. You've got to keep attacking because it's low percentage. It's like, well, if we keep throwing them and we incomplete passes, that's not a good recipe. But the teams who are committed to continuing to do it have had success against the Chiefs, and they did that today. And I think that's why the Bengals, part of it, why they're coming out here with a win.
Joe Burrow was in the zone. When you watch him, you've seen some of the Justin Herbert, some of the great young quarterbacks. What about Burrow, if you were going to sort of, write up a little blurb on him? Obviously, we all know he's good, but why specifically has he come so far, so fast, considering especially the injury last year?
Well, I think the first thing that pops out is his knowledge of the game has continued to improve every week, month, and year, obviously. But you could see the development of where to go with the football, and that shows you his love, the sport. He's got good coaching, and then on top of it, it's just rare to be that young and know where the ball's supposed to go consistently. And then he has the talent and ability to do it. But other than that, I would say the thing that makes him a little more special is his toughness. And I know that's not something that's talked about a ton with quarterbacks, but his ability to stand in and take it over and over again and make throws. Because a lot of guys you start to get shy after a little bit. He's willing to stand in and take a beating for his team to get in the end zone. And he knows I could throw this on 3rd and 6 for 2 yards and get it out. I feel this guy come, but I wait and I throw it in the dig cut and take the hit. That's a certain quality that's going to serve him well in this organization.
And also a pretty good basketball player, too. And I know people know that you're a good golfer, but you were a pretty good hoop player back in the day. At least my scouting report tells me. I've heard that you were a pretty good basketball player as well.
Yes.
Cincinnati.
Yes, I was the best.
Yeah.
That is a correct statement. I was the greatest.
Where does Cincinnati need to get better? They're pretty darn good in the pass game today. Jamar Chase was incredible. Defense did a very nice job in the second half. But Cincinnati has been inconsistent. Where do they need to be better if they want to have the kind of run they want to have the rest of the year?
I think the number one thing is they got to protect the quarterback a little bit better. It's going to be hard because they haven't allocated a lot of resources to that up front. But if they don't protect Burrow, it's just not going to be sustainable for an incredible amount of time. It's just he's going to get hurt. He got hurt at the end of this game, and so he'll need that opportunity to be able to miss next week. But I think that they've got to protect him better, and they got to get their hands on some of these receivers and tight ends at the line of scrimmage and not let as many just clear releases. But other than those two things, I think this team is really well coached and done an incredible job this year.
Great job today. Happy New Year, and thank you very much for a few minutes, Tony.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.